Sanctions have always been the alternative to war. The process was started really by Thomas Jefferson when he was being pressed to go to war with England over their depredations of American shipping. As opposed to war, he proposed an embargo on trade with Britain. It turned out that the embargo hurt Americans more than it did the British, and ultimately was defeated after 4 years and soiled Jefferson's political base. But still, the concept of sanctions as opposed to invasion grew in popularity. After World War I, when the League of Nations was formed in the Board of Attempted World Peace, sanctions were its prime instrument. And the sanctions, however, proved relatively ineffective because the major countries who refused to be part of it, the US itself wasn't a member of the League of Nations, and the countries that were members were often fascist and allied with Germany, Italy, and were not respecting sanctions. Sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Jamie Dimon says gold could easily go to $5,000 or even $10,000 an ounce. And Fortune magazine reported an increase of 150% is very possible. Sanctions had a new birth, though, at the end of the 20th century, and have been applied with increasing sophistication. The key to effective sanctions, which are now, I think, being imposed at last on Russia, is to enforce secondary sanctions, a concept developed actually by former New York Senator Al D'Amato, sanctioning those countries that trade with countries that are being sanctioned. And right now, the United States is imposing those sanctions on India and China and other countries that do business with Russia, even as Russia invaded Ukraine. The idea of secondary sanctions is being extended by the US government to sanctioning shipping firms, shipping lines, ship captains, crew, and the individuals involved with trafficking in oil from sanctioned countries, particularly from Russia. Ultimately, sanctions in Bosnia were very effective and resulted in the collapse of the Bosnian Serb regime. And in the Ukraine war, it's a taller order because Russia is a stronger country. But if the US persists with its current plans for secondary sanctions, they should be crippling and bring Russia to its knees. Thanks for watching. Sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Jamie Dimon says gold could easily go to $5,000 or even $10,000 an ounce. And Fortune magazine reported an increase of 150% is very possible. What we're seeing is a substantial asset inflation and move away from the US dollar. Over 38 trillion in debt is piling up with no signs of slowing. And gold is basically gaining, as is silver, because nobody believes in anything else. And the track record of both of these metals indicates that it alone is retaining investor confidence and that these gains are no longer incremental, they're exponential. So we could see $7,000 gold or $100 silver by the end of the term, maybe by the end of the year. So call the Patriot Gold Group and get in on this. Don't let this pass you by. Thanks for watching. Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos. The IRA minimums are $25,000 and $100,000 for the no fee for life IRA. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask for the no fee for life IRA.